Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're worried about that which programming language you should start your coding career with, then this video is for you. आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि कौन सी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज हमें सेलेक्ट करनी चाहिए ताकि हम अपने कोडिंग करियर में स्टार्ट कर सके विद गुड प्रोबेबिलिटी टू हैव अ ग्रेट करियर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड. सो क्विकली हम देख कर रहे होंगे कि ये लैंग्वेज है, इसके क्या प्रोज हैं, क्या कॉन्स हैं, या मैं कैसे डिसाइड करूं कि मैं इस प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज के साथ अपनी लर्निंग को स्टार्ट करना चाहती हूँ. You see so many programming languages like C++, Java, Python, JavaScript, and now you're confused that which language you should choose and which is the right language to start your coding journey in. Well, here's a secret. There is no best language to start your coding journey in, but the best choice depends upon what you want to build. In this video, we'll be discussing that what is your goal, and for that particular goal, you should start with which particular language. Okay. So first, let us see that if your goal is to build websites, then you should definitely start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, where HTML will give you the basic syntax of your website, CSS will add a design layer to it, and JavaScript will add an interactive layer to it, which means that you should start with these three languages. First HTML, then you will learn about CSS, then you will start with JavaScript. And once you're done with the basics of these three languages, then you can start with the frameworks built upon those languages. Like you can, for JavaScript, you can either use React or Angular you can start with. Okay, so once you're done with this, you can also build projects based on this. So this will be your go-to thing, go-to programming language if you're starting with web development. And what if your goal is to be a data scientist and you want to be in AI ML field? So in that case, the best choice is to start with Python, because Python is easy to understand. It's highly, it's highly user friendly syntax, which is quite similar to English, helps you understand the language better. Plus, there are various libraries in Python which are used for AI ML field like NumPy, Pandas, TensorFlow, Matplotlib. So if you want to be a data scientist or you want to learn AI ML, then you should definitely start with Python. What about the big programming languages and powerful programming languages we generally heard of, like C++, Java? What about them? So these fantastic languages, but at first choosing them as their first programming language can be a bit overwhelming and challenging too. So if your long-term goal is to go in game development and build games with Unreal Engine, then you should go with C++. And otherwise, if you want to work with some complex backends and want to build large enterprise, then Java is the best language, because it is a famous saying in Java that you write once and use multiple times. Now, if you want to build mobile apps, then you can go with either Kotlin and Swift. If you want to build apps for Android, then Kotlin is the best language. And Google's language for Android also. Like Google use Kotlin to build their Android apps as well. If you want for iOS development and for Apple, then Swift is the language you should start with. So if your goal is to build mobile apps, then you should start learning with either Kotlin or Swift. Well, what if you don't have any idea what to start with and what you want to build? Then in that case, I will strongly recommend you to start with Python, because the simple syntax makes it super easy to pick up and learn concepts in. You will learn the basics of programming like variables, functions, etc. in this language. And if you don't know what you want to build, you should start with Python. Okay, listen to me. If you're confused about which programming language to select and what to start your coding in, let me tell you, the first language you select isn't the critical one. It's just the first step, and the language you learn, the concepts you learn are transferable. It's the first step which will make the second language you'll start with much easier, because you will be having an idea of how things work, how loops work, how functions work. So it will be easier to you, and you just need to learn the syntax. So pick a goal, pick a language associated with it, start building your project, and then after you have done, like you have explored much about that particular language, you can start with other language as well, because the journey of thousand lines of code begins with a single step. So quickly start your journey with coding. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep coding. Bye bye.